This is the wisdom of the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe. Many Chassidim considered the day that they arrived in Lubavitch, or the first time that they saw the Rebbe, that's their birthday. My teacher, Rabbi Shmuel Betzalel, he arrived in Lubavitch on whatever is 1848. Every year after that, he would stay awake the whole night, and he took pains to put on tefillin exactly the time when he went into the Tzemach Tzedek's chamber for Yechidus the first time. I know there's people older Chassidim. They ask him, how old are you? He says, I'm 54 years old. 54 years old? What do you mean? You're 80 years old? He says, no, the first time I went into the Rebbe, that was 26 years ago. And therefore, I'm 80 years old now, right? That was when I was born physically. But when I actually came to my awareness of what a Jew really means was when I went into the Rebbe. That was the day I was born. 50. They're saying that the first day that you came to, so the first day that you met up with Chabad, or the first day you started becoming religious, that's the first day of your life. Okay, that's today, tomorrow. Okay, man goes out to work. Here we go. Okay, there's a sentence like this, and it says, here, Yetze Adam Lepalo, Ulavadose Ade Orev. That's a sentence. Where does it come from? It comes from Tehillim, from Psalms. Yetze Adam Lepalo, a person, this today is Rosh Chodesh, so we say this, it's the first day of the month. A person goes out to his work, and he works until the evening. Man goes out to his work, and his labor is until evening. That's what it says. It's talking about how the world works. Right? The animals receive their food, and the birds, and this, and it's a Psalm of King David. It's a Psalm of King David. What do you say? 104. Where is it? Here it is. 104. Psalm 104. This is especially said on the first day of the month. We say this. Okay. Man goes out to work and his labor until evening. Every soul, when it comes into this physical world, has general tasks and individual tasks. That's what it means. A person goes out to work. The soul. Now, there's just what people usually say, that life is very short. You have to make the most out of life. Yes, that's true. Life is very short. Each an individual, but life, in fact, is very, very long. Life is very, very long. The soul is infinite, and the soul goes from one body to another. Judaism believes in Gilgul Neshamos. The soul rolls from one body to the next one. It's a cycle that it goes through. So your soul really is infinitely long. Life is really long. Long. The soul comes from the places in heaven. It comes into the world. Why? Because the world is tremendously important by God. Every soul, when it comes into this physical world, has various tasks. There's a reason why God creates everybody. A soul goes out from its position in the place of souls in the highest heavens, and it comes down from level to level, and it comes down, it's put into a body. And the body has what's called natural souls, intellect, and animal souls, as desires, and you want to live, you want to eat. The purpose, all sorts of urges, and the purpose of this coming down into the world, the soul, before it comes into the body, was basking in truth. It knew that it was miraculous creation of God. When it comes into the world, it thinks that he's God. The person thinks himself is God. So why does God do such a weird thing like that? Because there's work. You have a task of achieving dominance of the form spiritual over the physical. Meaning, right, to illuminate the world with the light of the Torah and the light of the Torah and the lamp of the commandments. That's what it means. Man goes out to his work. Is every individual's personal, particular mission. Every person has a unique avoda in intellect and emotions according to its nature and character. Everybody has a different personality, and your personality is put into different situations in the world to see if you react and if you act according to what the Torah demands us to. We're here for a reason in the world, to improve the world. While there is still time, it says today you have to do the commandments while your soul is still in a body. That's why it's such a terrible thing when people die, that they can't do commandments. Their soul goes out of the body. If it wasn't for Adam eating from the tree, there wouldn't be any death. There wouldn't be any heaven. Souls would just keep coming into this world. There would be more and more people living eternally. On a profound, how that's going to be, there isn't a problem of overpopulation, things like, although there won't be enough food to eat in the world. It's God's world. It's not our world. It's not our world. On a more profound level, The verse may be explained like this. The verse receives to the going up of the soul by its prior descent, what you went out into the physical world. Before, when you go into the world, so then, and you do your work, then the soul goes back up. When the soul goes up, being embodied, then it says you go to your work, the soul's occupation in the world to come, in the heavens. You do what you did in this world. If a person learned Torah here, then it says in the heavens you also learn Torah, etc. To his labor, if you do your avoda properly, then the ascent. So it's the sentence can be interpreted two ways: the soul coming into the body to do work, and also the soul after it leaves the body, it continues doing the work, but in a spiritual way, until evening, higher and higher, until it attains the ultimate level of the word evening. Also means pleasure, erev. That's the essence of Ein Sof. To the essence of what God is, the soul goes up to the highest of highest levels of purity and truth. Okay, that is today and yesterday. Now let's do this here. Stop.